Hello and welcome to another episode of Jarmuck Plays Lonely Mountains Downhill. We got a new challenge on the, are we on the Devil's Cut? No, that doesn't sound right. There we go, Snake's Tongue. We just beat the first one, okay. But yeah, hello. How are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. We have just a couple more things to get in this game. Not to start on a melancholy thing, but yeah, we'll be trying to figure out what else to do. Wizard of Legend has pushed out an update apparently. I didn't realize that game was still going. You know, it's surprising because in my head, I have Wizard of Legend up there with Enter the Gungeon as far as release, but Wizard of Legend kind of just came out like 2017 was probably like early access. 2018 was probably full release, and yeah, they're still pushing out new content in there. If you like Enter the Gungeon, Wizard of Legend is kind of more like a brawler version of it. I don't know if you've ever played like Double Dragon, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you can play co-op. You can actually play co-op, so I'm wondering if I can get somebody in there with me to play some co-op. But yeah, that's an option that I'm putting out there. We'll see. There's always, you know, well, I was about to say there's always games to check out, but that's not necessarily true. You know, I'm looking for an extreme sports game to replace this one, and then we can do I envision, whoa, our screen went black there because of the angle of the camera. What I would hope if I was a full-time content creator, let's put it this way, I would probably like start off every day with a different roguelite. Like if I was streaming, and then move on to whatever main game of the day I'm doing, you know, like the dealio of the day kind of thing. I don't know, like spend like an hour, maybe 2 hours on the roguelike, and then an hour, maybe 2 hours on the other thing that I'm playing, maybe 3. I don't know how long I could. I've tried streaming for a full like 7 hours before, and it's not easy. That requires a special kind of person to keep up the kind of energy that's necessary for that, or otherwise you need to find like a balance of playing a game and communicating with the stream. I think some people do have a good balance of that. Like a lot of the times they'll focus on the game and then kind of leave the chat to kind of chat amongst themselves. I think that's really smart. Because if you're constantly head bobbing, trying to keep that interactivity going non-stop entertainment, you're gonna wear yourself out. That's when you can only do like 3 hours at a time. And the streamers that want to do that, and it's typically pretty successful. But if you're wanting a marathon streamer, which I feel like is the best way to go. As far as streaming goes, you keep yourself live. People are gonna tune in whenever they're able to tune in. It's a reliable source of entertainment, a reliable source of. You kidding me? I have to do this with the pace breaker? Okay, that's fine. Reliable source of entertainment, reliable source of like a community to be a part of. I know there's Discord, I know there's like other things, but like having kind of not to completely degrade myself here or other content creators, but having a mascot to kind of rally the troops together, if you will. It really does help out, you know? If you ever think about, let's see, like a family dynamic. Say everybody gets together for Christmas, or everybody gets together for Thanksgiving. There's usually like 1 or 2 people in charge of getting that together. And those 2 people are the reason for getting pretty much getting together at that time. Either they're the host, or they rent out the place that you hang out in, so on and so forth. If that person either moves or dies, you know, what happens to that party? Everyone's like, yeah, finally, we don't have to go. Oh my goodness, it's been such a burden. 3 Christmases later. Why am I so lonely at Christmas? I mean, yeah, it's an underrated. I'm not saying that streaming is underrated, because say picture that party planner, whoever that is, you know, gets paid. Then they'd probably have more incentive to keep doing it. But they get paid in love and in kisses and keeping their family together, kind of thing. It's usually the people who are more family oriented are the ones in charge of it. That's a problem with me and my brothers, probably. I don't know if we were just raised not family oriented, but we're just like, we're fine on our own for a while. And then we're like, why are we so depressed? I mean, okay, I'm speaking for all three, all me and my 2 brothers, but it's a pattern, okay? I understand that myself, so I'm mostly speaking for myself. I'm self-diagnosing just straight via conversation with my own internal monologue, yada yada. You get it. But if any of this resonates with you, then you got the same problems as I do, and I'm talking through it. You can talk through it with yourself. If you're like, how do you do that? You know, a lot of people ask, like, how do you keep conversation going? Just non-stop, just flow of word soup. This is how you do it. You constantly bring up situations in your life, or instances where you're just you want to kind of travel that road inside your brain passage, and then the words really just come out afterwards. The main tough part is just kind of avoiding the verbal landmines, of which there are many. Ooh, oh no! And actual landmines, I guess, inside the game. We got stuck there. I wasn't used to that path, to be honest. Hi, Molly. She's circling my legs like a shark, ready to pounce. But she probably just heard me talking, and she's like, "Hey, you got any pets? You got any hands free?" Sorry, Molly. Both hands are taken. If I was playing a game like a turn-based RPG, maybe. I don't know if we'd ever be down for a turn-based RPG, except for if I went full-time. Like, if I could play for 4 hours at a time, I would get into like a JRPG. You know, especially during the work hours where people aren't gonna be able to play with me. You know, that kind of thing. People are usually at their offices. They want to listen to just dialogue. I can do dialogue with a Final Fantasy game, something like that. Yeah, it's just playing through it on YouTube or playing through it. For some reason, I just haven't found the inspiration, aka like a good enough game to do that with. Like Persona 5, you're stylish and all that. You're gorgeous, but guess what? You take way too much commitment. I spent 45 hours on that game. People are telling me, "Oh, you're still there?" Oh, I'm 125 hours in, so I'm on the post game stuff. I'm like, I can't do that anymore. Okay. If I'm spending 125 hours on the game, it better have some sort of like social aspect. It has social links in it. Okay, those are with NPCs. I'm talking about like actual multiplayer, cooperative, you know, team-based kind of thing where I'm growing. Like Overwatch, for example. I've put in 160 hours or so since I've gotten it, but that's over 3 months. 3 freaking months since it's come out. That's one, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm actually not in love with the genre. Not anymore. Part of it maybe is like it's not as engaging for me. You know, I want to come out of playing like a game session with more than just, oh, okay, that was a nice little twist to the story, cool. Which it doesn't even have that. Like, I don't know. I've watched 3 movies in the last 2 days. I've had a lot of free time. For once. That's gonna be going away soon. But yeah, I watched 3 movies. And the all 3 of them, I'm just like, it was okay. Like, these plots are fine. You're not gonna believe it. Okay, so I'm gonna list the 3 movies. 2 of them are gonna be critically acclaimed, and then the third one, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, so the first one was Hereditary. It's a scary movie. It's a horror movie, psychological thriller, etc., etc. Directed by somebody who's kind of like unknown. It was like their first debut flick for the big screen, but yeah, apparently they killed it. And you know, for the most part, I'm just like, yeah, cool. This is, oh wow, okay. I like what they're going with. They're training your brain. They're easing you into the mindset to be scared. Because a lot of the movie, like I said before, probably in one of these episodes, a lot of the movie's not actually like gory, or they don't show any ghosts. They don't show anything, but they are training your brain with sound effects, with the way they film it, just like very juddery, very like, how do you put it? Abrupt changes to what's going on screen. It's actually really impressive in that way, but it's jarring, and it's purposefully jarring. But guess what? That's what I'm noticing. If that's what I'm noticing right away, and I'm not like trying to figure out, no, what's the story about? Oh, okay, there's a girl, and there's a grandma, and there's, you know, all of it. Oh my goodness, how did we fail that? Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the salt. I hate the pace breaker, guys. And using the pace breaker in the dark is just like such a big middle finger from these developers. They know how tough using the pace breaker is, and having no checkpoints. Okay, I'm done. I get it. It's supposed to be a challenge. There's not much in this game that's like that huge of a challenge, so I'll take it. Oh, I didn't want to go this way. Okay, so what are we talking about? Hereditary. So yeah, I wasn't that engulfed in the actual story. I was just like, okay, cool. Yep. So that happens. This is probably, yep. Okay. All right. I came out of the movie appreciating the you know, the direction of the art instead of the actual plot. Second movie, Ex Machina. And you're like, oh wow, yeah, these are good movies. I love both of these. Both of them have way too many creepy nude people, I would say. and all the teenage boys are like, "Oh yes!" Oh, burn. But the Ex Machina plot line, I feel like I've seen maybe 4 times before, either with a robot or with a zombie, etc., etc. I feel like they didn't deviate too much. A lot of it was good acting. A lot of it was just the filmography was on point. Using 2018, or it might have been a 2016 movie actually. Using the resources that they had then, in comparison to back in my day, back in my childhood. The execution was great. The actual plot, it's okay. A lot. I mean, again, I'm not trying to say that it takes a lot to impress me plot-wise, or that I'm sort of some great story writer. I'm at a point in life, I guess, where I want this. What you're seeing, I want a plotless, just full of challenges, just full of internal learning. The plot is within myself, I guess, if that makes sense. And that's literally the opposite of what an RPG is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you could put yourself in the role, which is what I usually did when I was a kid. I'd be like, oh, it's Titus or Titus, however if you pronounce it Titus, you're a monster. But you know, it's fine. We accept monsters here. Sometimes we even seek monsters. Monsters, I don't know. Wait, have we ever played that on stream? That'd be really tough to coordinate, but that'd be awesome if I could. Whoa! Okay, we're good. Okay, slowly. Just continue along the little path. Don't you dare hit one of these rocks. Oh, I can't see myself. Okay. No pressure. But yeah, I would put myself in Titus's spot because, you know, when I was a kid, I was 11 years old or so. I haven't had any adventures myself. I didn't know what that was like, you know, to fall in love or, you know, things like that. I needed to experience that through osmosis, essentially, through this fictional character. I feel like that's what books do, that's what games do, and that's what I did. And I went to bed and I dreamed that I was that person, you know, taking those adventures. And now I guess I'm a soulless boomer. All right, if you liked the video, hit that like button, hit that sub button. If you want to watch the future episodes, playlist is in the description. Thank you so much for your support. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.